What's up guys? Today we're gonna make a Blaze XP farm. This is my favorite XP farm because A, you have to get blazes anyways, so you might as well use the spawner that you go find for something useful like this. And B, blazes give you double the XP as normal mobs like a skeleton or zombie do, so it's especially good for an XP farm. With that, let's jump right in. So first things first, you're going to need to find a blaze spawner, which involves going to another fortress and finding the little rooms that have the spawner in them. Next, you're going to want to disable it because you don't want the blazes running around when you're trying to build the XP farm, which generally involves running and spamming torches around it because the light level can't be below 12, which means that the light level has to be really bright. So you get as many torches as you can, and then you can start building the actual XP farm. Once we have the spawner in a safe disabled state, we're going to want to make a floor that is 16 blocks lower than the spawner, or 15 blocks in between the bottom of the spawner and the top of the floor. So right now we have the spawner here and the ground here, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks in between the two. This will make it where the blazes have room to go down and also funnel without clogging up the actual spawner itself. Next, what we're going to want to do is go directly under the spawner on our little ground or platform here and build 3 blocks like this. So the middle block is directed into the spawner, and then you have 2 to the side, and they're going to be 1 block above our platform. I'm going to use redstone lamps because I like the look of it, but you can do whatever you want. If you don't want to have redstone lamps, you don't have to worry about powering them or anything. And then, because I have lamps, I'm going to put torches here, and then I'm just going to put blocks up here like this. We're going to want to make a 2x3 little room in here right above these lamps. So we do this. And I enjoy having the corners on this, but if you don't want to have the corners here, you don't have to. I just like having them here. So do this. And then we make this little room, and we make the ceiling go in by 2 blocks. So we have this little pattern right here. Then we cover it up. We have the little kill zone. I like having the little kill zone here like that, so, and then having glass like that. So this is how I build it. You can build it however you want. Basically, you need to be able to kill the blazes right here, and then this needs to be 2x3 specifically. And then what we need is we also need to have ladders, which I didn't even have prepared. So you put ladders in the 2 sides like this, right? So you have ladders like this, not in the middle specifically, and then you have the middle like funnel go to the sides of the ladders. This is because entity cramming by default is 24, which means you can only have 24 mobs kind of in the same space. And if you want to truly just AFK in the farm for like 4 hours and then come back to it and kill them all at once, you can't do that unless you do ladders. Ladders bypasses this rule because what they'll do is they'll go into the block of the ladders, and then the entity cramming won't be checked. So then as many blazes as you want can stack on these 2 blocks right here. You can also set the game rule to increase the cramming, but I know a lot of people don't do that. So this is how you can bypass that. So now that we have this structure here, we need to make the funnel. So the way that I'll build the funnel is as follows. So first we add 1 block up here that's like that. And then we add another block that will go out, and you want to make sure that you leave the hole here so that they can get down here. This block goes out by block on all sides. And then on the sides of this, you want to go up by 2 blocks, and I'm going to use glass, but you can use any block that you'd like. So you use that, and then you go up another block. And then this top block will again go out another layer, just like the bottom one did. And then we're going to need to do this again. So we bring this out. And then we go up another couple blocks. This funnel is so that the blazes will go down into the hole down there a lot faster, because without the funnel, it takes them forever to get into the actual killing zone. So this just makes it work a lot faster, and you also need to have a lot of vertical distance anyways, so you might as well just use it for a funnel. So again, we go out another block. And at the end, you should have 1, 2, 3 extensions out like this. And now we'll add the walls. So this stage you can get as creative as you would like. So the way I do this is I put a pillar up on the sides like this. and you go 2 blocks higher than the blaze spawner. Sorry, 3 blocks higher than the blaze spawner. So you go 3 blocks higher than the blaze spawner like this, so that these are level with that. And you'll do that on all the sides. And you can use any block that you'd like. You could also make it out of glass or whatever. This part is a lot more lenient, as long as you don't use a block that is naturally lit, like glowstone or something, so that the blazes basically don't get too lit up and make the spawner less efficient. What I like to do now is I put 3 layers of glass like this, and then I add a block in between them, and then I do the same exact thing again. And then I add another block in between them, and then I add the actual roof block like that, so that it looks like this. The blaze spawner is in the middle block of the top glass section, and they're divided like that. I do this on all 4 sides so that it looks symmetric, so I'll do that right now. So with all 4 walls built exactly the same way, and again, you can do this however you'd like and however you think would look the best in your base or wherever you're building this. Next, we do the roof. So the roof just goes over it, nothing super complicated here. However, one small detail is that there needs to be 2 blocks built above the spawner. So we have the spawner here. When we have the roof, we need to put blocks up here, because otherwise the blazes could spawn and end up on top of this spawner. And that can cause problems because the spawner won't spawn new blazes if there's too many blazes within range of the spawner. And that's also why we have so much space down here, so that when they spawn, they fall down here, and then it basically opens up new space for new blazes to spawn. We need to do 2 blocks up here so that they don't get on top of the spawner and cause that exact issue. All right, we are almost done. The last thing that we really need to do is just make a platform that we can stand on so that the spawner actually works. Because you can see that if we get too far away from the spawner, it basically stops spinning, and that means that we're out of range of it. And you're out of range if you're right below down here, but you're only barely out of range. So something that I like to do is I just make like a ladder or something that goes up and allows me to go into a little room that is up next to this glass right here. You can do this however you like. Usually I actually use stairs, but a ladder is a lot faster. And then you make it where you just have a little platform to stand on. And you can AFK in it. And if you want to AFK in it, I would recommend probably making it a little bit safer. So going and doing something like this, and then putting like a roof over it or something like that. But it doesn't really matter what you do. And you make it where you're in range of the spawner so that it's spinning. So this way, when you AFK in it, the spawner will actually be spawning stuff, because if you're too far away from it, it won't spawn things, and then it's basically not worth AFKing if it's not spawning blazes. Something worth mentioning is that after killing the blazes, sometimes the blazes that are still in the chamber will start floating like this, because this happens when they can see you, and sometimes they can barely see you when you're down at the kill chamber. If this is happening, what's going to happen is that the spawner won't spawn new blazes because there are blazes within the range of this. However, a quick save and quit and reload of the world will make all of them fall back to the ground, and everything will work perfectly fine after that. I just thought that that would be a good thing to mention. Alright guys, that'll be it for this episode. Let me know if you have any confusions down in the comments, or just any general suggestions in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them and address them. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.